back with another declutter. I'm going to go ahead and declutter my eyeshadows in this video because I have way more than I need. I think at first when I started playing with makeup, I wanted everything that everybody on YouTube had, and now I've realized I use only what I like. Sorry, I don't know where I was leaving off. Anyway, I'm going to declutter my eyeshadow palettes because I have more than I wear and more than I need, and a lot I don't touch or use, so we're just going to like dive right in, and we're just going to cut through, and we're just going to toss them. Well, not toss them, I don't know. I'll put them over here. I'll decide I don't want them. Other people may want them, like my friends or my family. And then if they sit around for a while, kind of like the stuff that's from my last declutter, you know, I'll just toss it because that's what I do. Anyway, stay tuned. Time to declutter eyeshadow palettes. Okay, so I have a lot of random junk in here, including like an eye brush holder in here. I have a mirror, 2 mirrors, 3 mirrors in here. I have a fan in here because that's just where I put it, I guess, when I was done using it. Anyway, as I'm staring into here, there's a lot of things I like, don't want to get rid of, but I am going to just quickly start with things I'm keeping, and I'm not going to go into depth about it. It's just they're what I'm keeping, and that's that. Revolution Makeup, Soph X, the collab. This is fairly new to my collection. Super pretty. I use it pretty often, especially this color. Put a pretty good dent in it. This I am keeping. The BoxyCharm Hello. This is like a maybe. Honestly, I love it because it's the BoxyCharm I got. But honestly, some of these are like, this is wicked, like messy. I'm going to hold on to it for now. Again, with this one, I'm pretty sure this is a Dominique Cosmetics. I don't really use it, but I don't want to get rid of it. I know it sounds so silly. I'm going to keep it. Too Faced chocolate. This I'm going to keep. This is like, what is that? Like keepsake, even if it wasn't good. I'd still keep it even though it smells really good. It was like one of my first palettes that I own in my collection, so I'm going to be keeping that. This BH Cosmetics, I actually got like at our Kohl's, at my Kohl's, I believe, and I loved it when it was like the only one I owned. As you can see, I've made a pretty good dent in this shade, and these shades I like loved mostly out of them. I don't really need it. I don't really need it. This is a maybe. I'm making a maybe pile, you guys. Laura Lee, this is also a collector's item, so I will be keeping it. I haven't even played with it yet. I'll probably have to use it in an upcoming video. This I'm keeping. I have the Maybelline Soda Pop. I remember when I was super excited to get this palette, especially because of the shade, which I totally dived into on accident. And I don't know what happened to this one, but I'd gotten them for like this part of the palette. I don't know if I want to get rid of it yet. I think I'm going to keep it. I know it's going to seem like I'm keeping a lot, but it's because I'm kind of starting off with things I like the most. This one I'm going to keep from ColourPop. This is the Lovebird. And this one I'm also going to keep from ColourPop. Just because they're smaller palettes. I think I'm going to get rid of a lot of big ones, so I'm holding on to these. Milani, Gilded Desires or whatever. This one is so pretty, and I did use it quite a bit. As you can see, I put some dents into these shades. I'm going to hold on to it for now. Okay, so this is the Hard Candy palette. This is one of the older things in my collection. I did actually hit pan in this palette. This was like my favorite shade. I made a pretty good dent in this color as well. And then the top ones up here I really like. I think I can declutter it. I don't reach for it now that I have other ones I really enjoy. So I think I'm going to let this one go. Yay! First one we're letting go. Alright, this one also I think was from BoxyCharm. It's super pretty. I haven't even touched it. I haven't even played with it. It's brand new. So I'm probably going to go ahead and I'm going to attempt to play with it. If I don't use it, I'll get rid of it. This is Eyes, Lips, and Face. I believe this is like an e.l.f. palette. I don't know because it doesn't say anywhere, honestly. This is like one of my first palettes ever. I've had this palette for god too long. I don't know how many years. And it was for the white shade, which is why it hit pan. And then these shades just broke over time, probably from me dropping it. But I literally own this shade for this color. So we're going to go ahead and say goodbye to this palette. I have the Revolution palette. This is the Constellation, I believe. Yeah. Pretty. I honestly bought it and don't know why I bought it. I don't know. Maybe because it looked so pretty and whatever, but I don't reach for it that much. Like, I mean, I have played with it and put my hands into it a little bit. I think mostly because of like this shade, and this shade. Maybe if I can pop colors out of the palette, I'll go ahead and put them in a pan thing that I have. And then I'll probably declutter this. But yeah, so decluttering most of it, popping out a couple of shades. That is the plan with that one. Oh my god, I forgot I even had this Revolution reflective palette. This palette is so pretty. That's why I went ahead and picked it up. Look at how pretty this palette is. So I got it for like these shades. I love these shades. This one is staying for sure. And I have the Hula. Is this Hula? Oh, Benefit. Just kidding. It's the Party Like a... Anyway, I got it because of this, and these colors honestly really don't work for me. And I'm never going to use the lip thing because it's not realistic, I guess. I got it because it was on sale at my work, well, my old work at TJ Maxx. And It stinks because this is what I like in it. Maybe if I can pop this out, the rest of the palette will go. Or if I can just pop these out, I'll get rid of these because I don't really need it for anything else. So that's what I'm going to do with that one. Oh, I thought I got rid of this palette. Okay, so this is the Too Faced Pretty Rich. I thought I got rid of this palette, and I didn't. It's so pretty, and these shades are just what caught my eye and why I wanted it. But they're kind of like a messy, like they look pretty upon swatch, but they're like a little messy upon applying. And as you can see, it kind of like, I don't know how to explain it. It's super movie, and I don't know. I don't love it as much as I did, but I'm not going to, as much as I thought I would, I should say. But I don't think I'm going to let it go just yet. Yeah, I think it's just, I basically don't love how those apply. Like, they move all over the place. But I'm not going to get rid of it yet. That's that, I suppose. Okay, I changed my mind. I'm going to get rid of it. I'm going to pop out some of the mattes that I like, and I think I'm going to toss the palette. So I made up my mind. It's going away. That's what we're doing. Oh, that's right. See, because I have this Laura Lee magnetic thing that I ordered, and I also have this one from Ofra. So I'm going to put the shades probably in these. That's what I'm going to do. Yep. All right, so Morphe and Jeffree Star. This palette isn't going anywhere. It's super beautiful. I like it a lot, and I need to get better use out of it, or play with more color, because I don't really play with color. But for St. Patrick's Day, yo, these greens, woohoo! I'm going to be playing with that. So that one is definitely going to be a keep. All right, this is from Chic Glam. Is that what it's called? Beach Sunset. This is super pretty, and it was super cheap. I'm going to go ahead and keep it. I'm not going to declutter it yet. It's still fairly new, probably some of the newer stuff in my collection. So we're going to keep that. I have this Ofra palette. Honestly, I think I'm just going to pop the shades out and put it in the Ofra other thingy because I really don't need the palette. It's like cute, really magnetic and whatnot, but I don't really need the palette when I can pop all these out. So I'm just going to pop these out, and I'm going to get rid of the packaging. This is from BH Cosmetics. Again, one of the first palettes I ever had. My kids went ahead and played in it when they were much littler and ruined it. This is like a nostalgic thing or whatever you want to call it, but I am actually going to go ahead and declutter. I didn't think I was ever going to, and honestly, it's really pretty, like really pretty, but I don't need it because I don't reach for it, and I have other things with these types of probably shades, like exact shades in it. Sorry, it's like super not coming in, but yeah, we're going to say goodbye to this palette. So look at me, that's 3 palettes down. 3, technically like 4, 5, 6, 7, because I'm going to go ahead and pop colors out that I want. This, I think what this come in BoxyCharm Moods. I don't know. I think I'm going to play with it. I'm going to apply it on the eyes, see how I feel about some of the colors and how they work, and then maybe this will go in my next declutter. But for now, I'm going to hold on to it. My Lunar Beauty Greek Goddess, not going anywhere. I love the whole Medusa. Honestly, I don't reach for it often because I just forget that it's like in my collection, but I'm definitely going to go ahead and hold on to this for a little while longer, or maybe forever, because that's how I roll. Vive. However, I'm super disappointed about this Essentials palette from Vive. I love Jamie Genevieve, and I superly, well, she's married now, but I superly wanted to support her, and I wanted her makeup to be stunning, especially because of how expensive it is. But honestly, these glitter shades are so fallouty, and I mean, they're a mess even in the palette, you can tell. I'm not going to get rid of it for collector's item purposes, or however you want to word that, but I do not like this palette as much as I wanted to, and I wish I would have purchased like 2 lipsticks instead of this, but however, I'm going to keep it. Along with her highlighter, it's not the best as I thought it was going to be. I would have rather just got the lip liners and the lipsticks because I do like those. And then I wish I would have waited for some of her other products to come out because those seem more interesting to me than this and the highlighter. However, I'm keeping it. This is the Nudie Patootie from Laura Lee Los Angeles. Keeping it, absolutely not getting rid of it. I want volume number 2 and I want her brush set. I'm just super cheap and can't afford it. Not even cheap. Excuse me, I just can't afford it. Pardon me. I have 3 kids and I can't be spending $60 on makeup. So eventually though, I would like to get that maybe as a gift. Soft Glam. Keeping for sure. I'm going to be keeping all of these. These are the Modern Renaissance. Keeping for sure. Oh wow, the packaging is like the mirror's about to break. Definitely keeping because I love this color. I will hit pan on it one day. I know I will. Subculture. Keeping for sure. I love this color and I like these colors. I don't love the color Story, but for collecting purposes, I'm keeping this one. Keeping pretty. I ruined the black by putting like wet in there. I basically should probably peel off like the first layer because what I have done to the shade is just so awful, but these colors are beautiful. And keeping, like I said, collector purposes. This one, keeping. This one honestly just basically reminds me so much of this one. I feel like the shades are not like too far off, like with the pinks and the purples and you know, like stuff like that, but I'm still gonna keep both of them because I paid for them, so I'm going to keep them. All right, so Jaclyn Hill and Morphe, keeping. This is my favorite one out of all of them, so this is the one I bought. This is the Bling Boss. This was my favorite palette when I first bought it. I definitely actually used quite a bit. You can see the dents in them because when I didn't have so many palettes, I actually showed love to the ones that were in my collection, which is why I'm trying to be more cutthroat, but it's harder than I thought. All right, so next we have, oh, this is an oldie, Profusion Cosmetics Eye and Cheek. This palette, actually, I got for these shades and this shade because it's so pretty. They are stunning shades, honestly, but because I have so many palettes with a lot of these colors, I don't think I have to keep this. So actually this blush isn't even a bad color either. This blush is kind of pretty. I don't know. I don't need it, but all right, I'm gonna put it in the maybes. Maybe section. Oh, Lorely, Cat's Pajamas, keeping it. I actually just recently got my hands on this, so I will not ever get rid of it. And this shade, oh, I can't wait to actually play with it. I think actually I have used it, just not a whole lot, so I need to be playing with it a little bit more. Had to go try and get that black off my finger before I ruin everything. All right, here we go. So this is where I'm going to get cutthroat. Totally decluttering this palette. I've had it for a very, very, very long time for that white shade. Again, I had a thing where I only really wore white on my eyes. So this I will declutter. It has been around for many, many years. It's the Profusion brand. Blah, blah. And this one, I think I'm going to get rid of too. I wasn't going to because there was a time where I actually swatched every single shade in here and they are beautiful, to be honest. So I will give it that. It's not got nothing to do with the way the product is. It's just I don't need a palette that's just literally full of all kinds of like shimmery shades. So I am going to say goodbye to this one. And I have this one that I am also going to be saying goodbye to. I am more of a smaller palettes, not a big palettes person. And like 90% of the shades in here are all like shimmery, shiny, or whatever. I don't know if it's picking up, but this one is going to go. Ooh, I have the Morphe James Charles palette. This one is going to stay. I will be keeping it, probably more like for collector's items. And because when I do want to do a fun eye, some of these shades are really just super pretty, so I'm going to be keeping. And this is the Morphe 25A palette. Let's see, I don't even remember what it looks like. Oh, yes, this is like all of those browns, neutrals. This one I will definitely be keeping. We'll go ahead and put that back in there. And then I have the Morphe 34F. Oh, wow, yeah. I had some fun with this one, apparently. I've gotten a fair share of some use out of like these shades and these lighter shades. I don't know. Let me see what this one looks like before I decide if I want to keep that one. This is the Morphe 35M. Oh, that's right. This one's super pretty too. Which one do I keep? I think I'm going to go ahead and keep this one because of the color options versus this one because this is like one row of mattes and the rest is like the, you know, shimmery. And, it's not a bad palette. It's super pretty, and I love these shades. I don't know, guys. I don't think I need both. I'm going to keep both for now. I'm going to keep both for now just because I can't pick one in this particular moment. However, I do know for sure I'm getting rid of the Fairy Tale Storybook Cosmetics. This came in BoxyCharm, I'm sure, and I don't reach for it. I kept it because it was kind of cute packaging, but I don't need it, so we're going to declutter that. And then coming down to our last few palettes, if you're still here, thank you. This was a palette I made through Limelight, and they are actually now called Lime Life by Alcone. I'm going to go ahead and declutter. Two of the shades fell out and shattered, anywho, and so we're gonna let this go. I have the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye palette. I'm going to go ahead and let this go. I do not ever use it. I thought it was super pretty, but honestly, it's not like realistic, like an ideal palette to use. So we're going to declutter this. I have the Milani, what is this? Earthy Elements little eyeshadow palette. I don't ever reach for it, and I don't really care or get excited about any of the colors in it. So I'm going to go ahead and declutter this. I have the Covergirl Goldens. I'm going to go ahead and keep this. This is makeup I purchased with my mom, so it'll stay in my collection forever. And I have this little Wet n Wild Bed of Roses. I'm going to go ahead and keep this. I haven't had yet really to play with it. I think I only swatched it, so I'm definitely going to keep it. And I've got the Violet Voss Essentials. This one I'm pretty sure I got in BoxyCharm. I'm going to go and keep it just because it's little. I'll play around with it. If I don't get use out of it in the next 6 months to a year with my next declutter, I will let it go. Hold me to it, guys, if you remember. That's what I said. Again, this little palette, it's from LA Colors. Honestly, though, the shades in here are really pretty. Let me see how good they're working. Let me see. They're not bad. Do I need it, though? I just don't really think that I need it is the thing. I don't really need it. I'm not going to get rid of it yet just because it's so little, but I don't really need it, but I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep it. I know I shouldn't. All right, so going into this little Revlon Color Stay, little 4-way eyeshadow thingy, I'm going to go ahead and declutter it. I have this Physicians Formula, which I kept because of these shades. They're super pretty. The thing is, though, about using this is, like, if I've got a matte shade, like, if I've got a palette with a matte that I'm using, and it most likely has this in it with the palette, I then won't reach for this separately just for these, and I honestly wanted it for these shades. So I think I'm going to hold on to it. I know, I don't need it, but I'm going to keep it. This is from Belief Beauty. It's a pretty palette. However, this one shade is so dark. And so when I want to put a shade on before these shades, it's crummy. It's super crummy. I don't know if I just went in that maybe with too hard of a hand. Let's see. I mean, it's not a bad palette, but I don't need it. So I'm going to go ahead and declutter it. I do, however, like the foundations from Belief Beauty. All right, next we have, what even is this? Lower East Side Les? I must have got this like an Ipsy or something. Oh my god, look at how dinky this is. It's like a travel size. I don't need it. I'm never going to use it. I will declutter that one. This I am keeping from this brand, which I'm not going to bother saying because I don't want to butcher it. But this shade is so pretty. And I love how they're like just like compacted. I don't know. This is so cute. I'm going to keep this. It's small and it's out of the way. All right. I have these Stila eye toppers. I think I'm going to go ahead and keep just the one, and I'm going to declutter the other two because they're super dark shades. I will not reach for them. It's Vivid something, Smoky Quartz, and another word I'm not even going to try to pronounce. It's going bye-bye in the declutter pile. And then lastly, in my eyeshadow palette declutter, I have this cute little elf bite-sized eyeshadow in Berry Bad, and it will be staying. Feels good to clean this drawer out. What is in it is beyond me, but that is it for my eyeshadow palettes. Okay, so I was successfully able to get the Benefit blushes and bronzer out. These are magnetic, but this one wasn't, so I just taped into place in the Laura Lee, and I just did highlighter, blushes, bronzer, like kind of separating them. And then, so yeah, I was able to get those out. I'll show you. That's like what that looks like. So this palette will go. And then I successfully was able to get Ofra out, obviously, because it's designed where you can just pop it out and it's magnetic. So this is empty now, and I just have it in here with eyeshadows in this pan, which I could probably, like, I'm going to rearrange and fix because this is a shade from, I don't know what palette. Yeah, you can say hi. And I did start to butcher the crap out of this one, and I was able to get the backing off, and I attempted to pop the shade out, and I was successful at getting this one out. However, there's like a glue or whatever in the back of this, and so it just shattered the shade in half. So I'm going to go ahead and not actually take any colors out of this like I thought I was going to, and I ruined the packaging for nothing. But anyway, I did write down, I got rid of 19 and I'm keeping 37. 37 is still a lot, but 19 is 19 I wasn't using, don't need, and I'm now getting rid of. So I'm kind of excited about that. And to try to keep this video somewhat short, I'm going to end this out here, and I'll see you in the next one. Feel free to hit that like button, subscribe if you want, because it is free, don't cost you nothing, and see you next time.